Hi everybody, my name is Mackenzie Collins, and today I will be talking to you about how Magic School AI can benefit English teachers. I'm really passionate about teaching, and I'm always looking for ways to improve my methods, and Magic School AI has the tools to help English teachers create interesting activities, tailored learning experiences, and more, while saving tons of time doing so. In this presentation, we'll begin by briefly looking at what Magic School AI is and what type of content it can create. Next, we'll explore specific tools that English teachers can use in their classrooms to improve student feedback, lesson plans, and various supplemental classroom tools. So what is Magic School AI? Magic School AI is an AI-powered online tool that aims to improve learning experiences for students of different levels and different subjects. There are currently 67 tools available for use. These tools serve a large variety of purposes, from the unit plan generator and the assignment scaffolder to the IEP generator and the text rewriter tool. One of the key benefits of Magic School AI is that it allows you to create tailored learning experiences, activities, and assignments to accommodate diverse learners. What makes AI in education so powerful is its ability to analyze students' strengths and weaknesses, identify areas where they need improvement, and tailor learning materials to suit their individual needs. Each tool on Magic School AI allows teachers to customize the criteria to create content that fits the needs of each student. Now that we have some brief foundational knowledge about Magic School AI, let's explore how it can be effectively utilized by high school English teachers. One challenge that many English teachers have struggled with at one point or another is giving students feedback on their writing. Feedback can be difficult because you need to find a balance between being constructive and being too critical. However, there's a Magic School AI tool called Student Work Feedback that can help alleviate some of this stress. In the image, you can see the final product of this tool. The teacher would begin by filling out the required criteria on the left-hand side, which includes inputting the grade level of their students, the assignment description, the focus of the feedback, or specific rubric categories. Finally, the teacher can insert the student's work that they are reviewing. The only downfall to this is that teachers can't upload a file here. They have to just copy and paste the students' writing into the text box. Once completed, Magic School AI will generate student feedback in the space on the right-hand side of the screen. Feedback includes three main categories: areas of strength, areas for growth, and general feedback on writing mechanics. When using this tool, teachers shouldn't use the feedback by itself because they want to avoid sounding robotic or impersonal. However, the generated feedback can be extremely helpful as a jumping off point for English teachers who are learning to provide or hoping to improve the feedback they give their students. You can also ask Raina, the Magic School AI chatbot, to customize the generated feedback even more, such as changing the tone or adding more ideas. Let's now take a look at how Magic School AI can be used to streamline the lesson planning process. Lesson planning often requires hours of work on the part of the teacher because of the effort it takes to create an effective lesson that is appropriate for the needs of all learners in the classroom, meets school and state learning requirements, and engages students. When planning, many teachers engage in what is called backward design. Backward design prioritizes the intended learning outcomes of students rather than the content being covered. So, how does Magic School AI exemplify this design? I went ahead and input all of the criteria for this tool, including the grade level of my students, the topic that I want covered, additional information, and the standards that I want my lesson to meet. Once I click Generate here at the bottom of my screen, the entire lesson plan will appear. Backward design is a three-stage process: identify desired results, determine acceptable evidence, and plan learning activities. As you can see, the generated lesson plan begins with the lesson objective, then identifies how student learning will be assessed, and finally provides a detailed plan of learning activities, differentiation methods, and homework, all while following specific state standards. Backward design is an important component of effective education, and teachers can use this tool to save time and create original and engaging content for their students. With so many options available on Magic School AI, there are many tools that English teachers can use with students in the classroom. Let's take a look at a few examples. When asking students to respond to a specific prompt, topic, or assignment, it can be helpful to provide sentence starters. Using the sentence starter tool, teachers can input the grade level of their students and any specific assignment topic, question, description, or standard. Magic School AI will then generate 3 sentence starters, although more can be generated if you want more or different results. Providing a few sentence starters can give students a frame that allows them to focus on expressing their thoughts. They can also help students incorporate vocabulary that may be specialized to the topic or genre. Creating interesting sentence starters takes time, though, and Magic School AI takes out a lot of the time and stress that goes into that process. Another great supplemental tool that English teachers can use is the text summarizer tool. Let's first see how it works. Once I'm at the text summarizer tool, I first want to find the text that I want summarized. So I will be using this article, and I'm going to choose just this section that I want summarized about artificial intelligence. And then I'm going to copy it and paste it into the original text box. And then if I scroll down, I get to choose the length of the summary. So it can be certain paragraph numbers, pages, if you want it in bullet point form. And I'm going to choose 5 main bullet points. And then I'm going to press generate. And as you can see, it has generated 5 main points from that section of the article, and it is delivered in bullet point form. Teachers can use this tool to summarize longer or more advanced text to make them more comprehensible to students. Students can also use this tool as a potential aid in both the reading and research processes. The text summarizer tool can help in clarifying and understanding potentially challenging texts, especially when students are learning on their own without direct support from the teacher. However, when students are learning to use AI to supplement their own learning, there are also challenges that arise as well, such as plagiarism without proper attribution. Therefore, it's important to also teach acceptable methods of AI use in education. The great thing about Magic School AI is it is completely free for teachers to sign up. You can also share your work really easily by creating a link or copy and pasting the content into a document. Thank you all for watching my presentation today. Teachers play an important role in our society and are largely held responsible for student learning. Therefore, it's important that we continuously improve our teaching methods and practices. Magic School AI can help high school English teachers create original and engaging content for students through individualized learning activities and save a ton of valuable time in the process. I hope you've enjoyed learning about Magic School AI and its educational benefits. Thank you.